Hi everybody, welcome to you. Once again we're out in a dark place, but what an amazing story we've got for you. I'm taking you to a place that I've only fairly recently started researching, and the story is stunning. I'm taking you to a place where a huge pack of wolves used to exist, and it was known as the Howling Woods. Now, first of all, let me tell you roughly where we are. We can't say exactly because the people hereabouts have actually specifically asked me not to. However, I'm not too far from a certain place. Back in 1095, a French noble by the name of William de Merle built a Morte Bailey castle beside a river, and it's about a couple of miles that way. And he built it because this whole area was known for bandits, thugs, vagabonds, murderers, rapists, and all of the paths through the forests, and this was heavily forested. All of the paths were super dangerous, and people coming here, if they weren't with like 30 or 40 people, they stood a fair chance to be killed. It was known as the Morte, the Morte path, the murder path, Morpeth. Now that's kinda that way-ish. And these woods used to cover the entire area. There's a lot of other stories that we'll tell you further in the night about a whole range of other things. But come this way, we're heading down the darkest of dark paths. So you've got this guy, William de Merle, his family enmeshed in all of the stories we're going to tell you tonight. But when Morpeth was built, a small settlement opened up, and grocers and people that could sell things to the people in the castle, because usually wherever there's a castle there's money to be made. So a small settlement began, and they started to put a wall around it because the people hereabouts were so incredibly dangerous and murderous, and they killed an awful lot of people who straight outside the wall would be killed. So to come through woodland like this on a horse and expect to actually get where you're going is a big shout. Now, what you must do tonight more than ever, keep your eyes open, because the spirit that's said to be here shows itself as a white mist going through trees or a fast moving darkness. So be particularly aware. So de Merle has his castle. Oh, just got a little bit of noise at the far end there. De Merle had his castle, and a noble was travelling from the northwest to arrive at Morpeth Castle for the marriage of de Merle's son, Ranulph, and a lady called Juliana, who was the daughter of Gospatrick, the Earl of Lothian. Ooh. Dynamite memory tonight. It'll not last. But anyway, so he decided he would come through these woods, not exactly these woods, some woods that are literally running parallel, but you've got to get to them this way. He went through the woods, He went through the Howling woods where the wolves are, because it was said that that area where the wolves were there because there was a massive population of wild boar. And he thought, I'm going to celebrate the betrothment, the engagement of Ranulph and Juliana, the Scottish beauty. So I'll take a boar back with me as a gift for their supper. So he entered the Howling woods, and of course he was beset. 20 or 30 men, raggedy men, pulled him off his horse and gutted him like a fish. Now, it said that his screams were so loud that people at the castle, like a couple of miles away, actually heard and raced out on horseback to see what had happened. And when they got there, all they found was a pool of blood being sucked up by blowflies and maggots and worms and birds and picking pieces of his body up. They found his body had been dragged away so they could strip him of his armour and his rings and vestments, because even clothes had a value back then, much more so than now. No such thing as Primark back in the day. And his screams were so loud that the woods that were already the wolf woods, that then became the Howling woods and the Screaming woods, and then back to the Howling woods. And that's where we're going tonight. So just be aware that you've got to keep your eyes super peeled, because stuff could happen at any time. I'm also wearing the night vision camera. Now you see, if you look through the trees here, you can see the lights of there's a fairly small settlement here too. And you can see people living comfortably behind closed doors, having no idea what's going on, literally 100 yards away. We're going to take you into the woods that will seem like a million miles from there. But listen out for voices too, because...
You need to put that camera on, actually.
Oh, that's a good idea. I thought it was on. Sorry, mate. Straight me up. Sorry, everybody. You again doing. Still keep your eyes peeled.
There we go.
Super. Right. Some of these trees just look very, very spooky, but there's going to be areas where we just don't talk very much at all, because we want to hear, and we want you to hear too. At night time, trees don't half look witchy, don't they? We cut off very, very soon down an even darker path. Now we're told for a little bit later that there's a rat story about a rat that's killed some cats and dogs, and there's a huge culvert apparently where you can go, and we're going to shine a torch down late at night, and heaven knows what we're going to find. But if we can find the culvert, that's what we're going to do tonight. Kenny's not here yet. Kenny's going to be joining us very, very soon. That's probably going to be his job, but don't say anything. Oh, you bugs, what the hell was that? Oh, sometimes when you're staring in the camera.
Don't forget to share this video.
Yeah, please. If you'd be kind enough to share the video, you could get yourself one of our lovely badges and a signed pic from the entire team. And it just, I'm telling everybody to keep an eye open for some white moving, floating. And when I'm staring at the camera with a really bright light, when I look away, all I can see is a white floating thing. But we're nearly there. Now, just along here, there is a field where a Viking battle took place. I'll tell you more about that the nearer we get to it, because that is quite a famous story too. Also involving spirit. So this is just completely, I mean, suddenly the wind has picked up. Now, there's a few places we're going tonight. I'm going to collect Kenny fairly soon, actually, but I'll show you where we're heading. And it looks super intimidating. Now, the field where the Viking battle was is directly up there. You go out into nothing. Now, along here, we've got a couple of amazing stories about, like, escaped mental patients, and also another story of, did you hear that? Oh, I got something there. But we've got to look, because we're actually heading off through this almost Jurassic Park raptor country here. Now, there's a fence, and I know there's no fence when you can cross it, so we'll see a little bit of that field. Eyes trying to get them accustomed to the darkness. And we're talking about a story, getting a little whisper here. Right, I think this is it. This is it. Now, the field, and this is somewhere either myself or Kenny will be walking a little bit later on. It runs right across here, and then we're going to find something that's connected to a place of magic and mystery that I insist, when we do ceremony, and we're going to carry out a ceremony fairly soon so that you guys can see spirit in your own homes, but we're going to do it from an area of standing stones, and this has a direct attachment to that, but we have to find something attached to those standing stones that's here, and we'll guide you to them tonight. Now, Tony, we're heading this way. Well, what I would suggest is that you walk the early part of this trail. If you take it slow along here, I'll go back and get Kenny and we'll join you.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you follow this path, don't walk too fast into the woods. Once you get to the woods, slow down a bit, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can.
Okay.
Night vision camera, mate. Pick some stuff up too. Love to think so.
Not a soul in sight. I hope. which path to take, left or right. This one looks a bit more worn. Or this one. What do you think? Left or right? That looks a bit bushy. I'll take the right. It's getting a bit muddier. There's not a soul in sight. It's very quiet and eerie. It's very bendy, this path. It goes into the forest. Maybe I should wait for Alan to get back. Otherwise, we might not find each other. Ow. Lots of nettles. I've just been just been nettled. Lovely. Oh, this was the other path anyway. They both led to the same place, I think. Into that dark place, which I don't fancy going in on my own.
You really need the torch. Yeah, eyes used to it on. You've got a night vision on.
I've got night vision, but I haven't got night vision on my eyes.
Your eyes will get used to it.
Ah, you do?
You can see the river of path, can't you?
I can see the path. I don't want to be falling into a river.
You're not following the river.
I know, river of path.
We are actually looking for one of our holy grails tonight, is to find a river that's supposed to be magical and mystical, and yet it looks ugly as hell.
Right.
But find out more about that a bit later. Do you get what I said about the
Oh God, aye.
spooky bit?
Yeah, darkness and shadow, it's fine.
For sure.
Noise. Rustling.
Look, Kenny.
Oh, what the hell's that already? What was that behind us?
That's what I mean.
That was like instantly.
Just like you can feel like
That as soon as I walked in here. No, but there's a rustling as well. Look, all of a sudden you
I know,
started in the
but-
trees. And a noise up there. How far's Tony up?
oh miles. We've got a long way to go to catch him.
Right.
Because I sent him on his way 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He could be.
He could be abducted.
could be
Seriously,
gone
this is dark.
It's full on. It's going to be full on tonight. No question about it.
Oh my God. What's that there?
You've got that too?
Like a
Yeah. Yeah, behind me again.
what the hell? What's going on here? This is like weird. Little voices there.
Well, there's people's houses in the distance, but you shouldn't be able to
No, this was here.
hear the water.
And you've left Tony by himself. I don't think that's really a good idea.
There's something over here, though, isn't
Yeah, yeah,
there? You know?
yeah, yeah. In there. There's a.
I don't know.
What's that?
What's what?
That sounds like, is any sheep here? That sounds like a sheep going. Right. Okay. Whoa. It's a wild.
Get past all the buildings and then we go into absolutely inland.
Right. It's a while since we did like a woods one like this. Like.
This is woods,
Oh,
culverts.
God. Oh my
I'm
God.
going to send you with your night vision on a hunt for something.
Right.
It's about a foot long with whiskers.
God. Oh, a foot
Problem
long.
is there's about 8 to 10,000 of them.
Oh man. Is this snakes?
With whiskers.
Well, I don't know. What else is? I can think of a few things a foot long with whiskers, but you know.
You see the light shining.
Oh, up there. Yeah, in the distance there. Is that water there? No. God. This makes you feel uneasy, yeah. And it's white. Like things are white.
Goes off in all sorts of directions. Oh God. I'm just trying to look out for torchlight to see if they're coming this way. Hopefully they haven't got lost. Where did that come? Oh, there's another noise. Come from, it seems like in there. God, what's that? Some kind of screech. I get the feeling that something's in there. So I'll not be going in there just yet. As if if I get lost, I haven't got a clue where I am. And because it's a black spot, I'll probably be wandering around until it's light. Can't see any torches. Someone to say my name. So someone just said Tony. I just imagine things now. I do have my hood up because it's pretty cold, but I definitely heard something. Oh God. A lot of lights all the way over there. Looks like miles away. Not sure what they're all flashing for. Is it a main road, maybe? I don't know.
Shadows. Oh, there's like trails along there. There's a trail along there.
Sorry we took so long.
My fault. This is weird.
Did you go in?
Ah,
There's no point.
No,
Like,
no, I
without
just-
you there.
Come on then,
May as well
let's-
just waited for Kenny.
Let's get it.
You scared, weren't you? Well, I went in, but then I thought there's too many paths.
Now this is where the Viking battle apparently took place, right away across here.
Big enough, like, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Got a battle here.
This is before it was farmland. It's farmland now. But if you keep walking down here, we eventually get the original heavy woodland has been replaced with like new trees, and somehow they've made it even spookier.
And woodier.
It's a bit claggy. It's been wet the last few days. Try and walk on the grass at the side, Ken. Yeah, there's two paths. Take take that one and we'll come back that one. Okay.
There's no cattle in there, is there?
Cat. Cattle. I don't know. Come to think of it, there might be. You lost a trail. Now you see, that's what happens here. People do hear voices. Oh, I got a something there. Do you get whispers there?
People just like talking, don't they?
That's what I got. That's what I got, man. Right, we're heading in. Watch your hands for nettles and stuff. Oh, it's just getting started, man. It's just getting started. Wait till you see the Howling woods. They are absolutely amazing. And they do look spookier, don't they? Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I heard something in here before.
There was a growl?
I heard something before in here.
Like a growl?
Yeah, there was a growl.
I don't know what it was.
Now down the side here, it's not the part we're looking for, but a little bit later I'm going to be telling you about a mystical and magical place that's up beside Berwick that we will go at some point, and it's called the Dodo 5 stones. It used to be the Dodo 7 stones originally, and this is Dodo Burn. It's yes, it's still got water in it.
Yeah, I found that before. It's got a little bit in.
Yeah, but it doesn't look remotely magical and mystical to me. But the original standing stones, oh look at that, poisonous mushrooms, the ones with the red and white spots on them. What you seen? Well, this is it. You're supposed to see dark shapes moving around, and you will in here. There'll be all kinds here because this was the area where
Polly was buried on for Christmas again.
you're obsessed with your money-making manoeuvres.
I just think people, when you say stuff like that, you know that people are coming up here. Because anywhere else, all that would be like.
This is why the country's cool. Leave it where it is.
Look at that.
Yeah, but leave it.
Put that there for Christmas. Honestly, that tree, look. Oh, Jack will make a fortune there.
This is why I'll never show you where this is again, and you'll never remember.
I wouldn't come up here by these
Oh, wow. Look at this. When you look ahead, it's the Dodo Burn I was telling you about. But look up there, Kenny. How spooky is that?
Oh,
Look at that.
man.
That's just mad.
Oh.
Oh. Did you say that?
So, just in between them two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like somebody just walked from one side to the other.
Just across it?
You've got to see this, Tony.
Could that be a person?
It could be. I mean, it's the only thing I could say that would move that way. I see some lights as well.
Can you see this one? And you take a talk to it. There's not.
Did you hear that?
There's all kinds of
There's a growl again.
Why? There's no cat in that field, nothing.
Listen. It's like up a tree.
Why would that be? Yeah. Yeah. That's talking.
It's growling. Now there's more water in the burn now.
Oh, it's not more water here. Just away from the river.
Oh, there's a tractor in the field. That's what we're reflecting off, Kenny. Don't turn this into nature watch again.
There's one. There's more squiggly around, look.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are actually water boatmen. They're on the surface of the...
Yeah.
But that thing that shone lights back is a tractor in a field over there. Look. We're going into the dark part now. This is the dark part of it. You need to go up ahead, actually.
Yeah.
Ken, look at that. Somebody's made like a little den. Have you seen? People living in.
Because you're away from everything. No one's going to come up here and find it, is it?
No, absolutely not. No. No, but this is. Could you imagine if you just threw some cloth over that?
Oh, that's it. You've got a tent.
You've got a nest, haven't you?
And look, and you're not going to get wet either, because that's going to cut off. My God,
There's
above.
there are about 2 tons of trees there, I know.
Honestly, that you could just fly. Look at that one.
You could live here comfortably.
Cozy as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, too cozy.
Ish.
I don't know if you're lying here in the cold, but it's better than a shop doorway somewhere.
Now, just before we get to the Howling Wood, this no, you go ahead because you got that camera on. I said there was another story attached to the Howling Wood, and it was during the middle 1500s when the Catholic Church was disenfranchised because the King, Henry VIII, had decided to set up the Church of England just so he could get easy divorces. A thing called the rough wooing happened, which meant that all of the English attacked Scotland, and any villages around Northumberland that sided with the Scots, and guess what? Most of the villages around here like the Scots far more than they like the English. So they came up here and created mayhem. In the castle at Morte, as I say, 2 miles away, they had Italian mercenaries based there, but they were worse than the vagabonds that lived in the forests here. They would rape and murder and steal and take horses and kill the king's deer and all of that kind of stuff. So eventually, another de Merle, Roger de Merle, this is about 3 generations down, Rog decided he was going to chase the Italian mercenaries away. They ran this way, and it was said that Roger ended up getting his crest on the town of Morte because he sorted out the bad guys in the forest, mostly the Italian mercenaries that he said decorated every second tree, which is why we're here, because the spirits that are said to be here are noticeable. They want to be seen. They show themselves. That's what I've been told. Let's find out. Oh, hang on. I think we might have lost Kenny, but we've got a couple of really great reasons to be in here. Ow! Watch your step toe. There's a lot of tree branches and roots and such. Don't know how Kenny's over there. Kenny? Kenny, you've gone the wrong way, mate.
I know, but have you seen the size of these?
Oh, this is the Howling Woods.
Look at these. Look at the size of them.
This is the Howling Woods.
Look at them, there's loads of them.
They're all in rows because they've replaced the original trees.
Look at toadstool.
Yeah?
See the size of them? There's loads, look. When you put that like, there's everywhere.
Well, no, this is actually classed as an elfin wood because of all of the toadstools. Because it's said that the elves and pixies all sit on the toadstools. They use them as...
I've never seen that many in a small look like this all together.
Isn't it magical though?
What do you do that, man? Magical, pop off the wood.
It is magical.
If you come here, like on Halloween, look at them.
Don't destroy them though. These are the things that pixies stand on. Oh, they're everywhere. You got to watch your feet, haven't you? You've just got to be a little careful we don't lose our track. But you see, if you come through here and look along, you see This is a man-made kind of woodland, and it stretches right the way along, and this is known as the Howling wood. So we got to listen out for. There are a myriad of. Look at that! Everywhere you go, there's some kind of. There's fungi everywhere except there.
In my life, I've never seen anything like that. Like that many. I mean, look. And then look, you look along there, just straight.
What you got?
Bird feet along there.
What?
Big white thing along there, look.
Look behind it. Look behind it.
Oh God, what's that as well?
Oh, blimey! I've been. There's a blackness moving. That's exactly what I got. Oh, movement behind us as well, mind.
Honestly, this is. Do you know what? That's enchanting. That's what it is, because look at all them toadstools. Just no one's touched them. No one's been here.
Well, I think if people come into these woods at all, they stay on the track. You know, that's the thing.
Why? So they don't come up here.
Just got to watch your face on branches and what have you. Kenny, let's get back to the main track, and then we can maybe come back down one of those alleys. What was it? What was it?
I have no idea.
What happened?
It was like, it could have been a bird, but I don't know. You would have heard that on the camera.
If it was a bird, when you shine this up, they go, don't they?
Well, you would have thought so, but that's there. Just there's a noise there behind us, flat fluttering.
Down or high?
It was high. I don't actually know, you know. Could have just been about the high, but it was just like fluttering just there.
Look at that though. How?
Oh,
You see the size of them?
are they mushrooms or toadstools? Because the toadstools are poisonous, aren't they?
Some, not all. But I wouldn't even.
Exactly. You don't want to touch them. Just
No, I wouldn't touch them. Leave them in place
crazy.
for the little folk.
Yeah, you're right. Pixies. You could imagine. Just like pixies just come around the line.
Absolutely.
And all that sounds crazy.
Ow! They're everywhere though.
Totally everywhere. I've never seen that thing like that.
Well, that's great. Now this, oh, you bugs, what? This is the main track up to the woods. We could walk up any one of them, but you've got to keep the Duddo Burn on the left-hand side, or the right when we're coming back.
What's it called?
Duddo Burn. Look at them though. It's just
Everywhere.
little pathways in
Everywhere.
all directions.
Could we chop a tree down?
Now the problem is, and one of the things we're going to get when we go into the other woods, because there's a wood bigger than this that we're going to go into further down.
Bigger?
Now, bigger, deeper, wider.
How does it go to?
And when we go into it, can you remember when in 2020 when Storm Arwen came in and all the trees went down?
Yeah, that could be.
That's what did this. It's not, but you see, because this was already a haunted wood,
Yeah.
and we know that spirit gets affected and responds when the energy they travel in has to change.
Yeah.
When a tree that they're used to being there for like 40 years suddenly isn't there again,
Right.
in the same way, like, you know, when you would revitalise a house,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you're used to walking in and you'd come through the front door and you walk past the couch and
Yeah.
you'd go in. If you move that about, any energy that's in the house. Oh, blimey, have we got a full moon? We're talking about wolves. Switch your torch off, Ken. I'm sure there's a full moon. Yeah. Oh, you can barely see it. You can barely see it for the trees, but it's there. Can you see it? That's the moon. Right. I'm gonna let's necromance a bit. Kerry's off again. Give a boy a mushroom. Put the amplifier on it. Tony, go across and grab the full moon.
You can't get it through the trees. It's not going to pick up on here.
Can you see it clearly, Kenny?
It's not going to. You can't pick it up on this.
Gotcha. Wouldn't expect to get much in the woods, but listen to this. If you're in here, give me your name. Give me your name. Kenny. Kenny. It sounds like there's a crowd of people. It's not just like your own voice. But if you can imagine over like 150, 200 years, everybody that came through here got attacked pretty much. There's definitely stuff here. Anything. And if you were buried in here, you'd never be found. Necromancer just sounds like there's hundreds of people here.
Yeah, busy.
Never heard it like that before. Just heard a blade there. Women crying out. What happened to you? What happened? What happened to you? Can't believe this, it's just non-stop.
What direction are we going? North?
We're heading north here. But this is if we were heading through the woods into town. And these were the murder paths. Hang on, Kerry, honestly, it's so busy. What were you saying?
Does anybody actually come in here?
I would imagine possibly during the day the odd dog walker. Because there are houses literally within about 200 yards of here. because of the history of what's this part,
Yeah.
people make a habit of not.
I'm not
You know what I mean?
surprised.
Late at night, nobody'll come through here. You don't know whether to just put the necromancer on all the time, but it just takes away any other noises that we pick up.
There is noises here.
Did you hear that?
I heard a squeak of some kind.
There's a whoosh there as well. Did you hear that whoosh?
Yes. There's no wolves here anymore, not since late 1600s. They killed the last one. They had to come in here to kill them. See again?
Your voice was echoing there.
Hi.
Is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, a little bit.
How's that then?
Well, you're in a tree auditorium, aren't you? We turn back when we hit the houses.
Right.
Obviously, we don't want to attract
No.
any of our unwanted attention like we got the police last week.
Worried, honestly, that there could be a cattle in here.
Could be anything in here because there's fields on either side. Which I know they've definitely got sheep and goats around here.
Offshoots and pathways.
I just heard a. Yeah. Kenny, please come here. Kenny. With your camera. See that plant that's like.
Yeah.
Look
there.
beyond it. Look at the black behind it. Behind it.
There.
Behind it, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you see it moving?
Yeah.
There's a blackness just moving. And what makes a plant do that? Looks like a harp.
Doesn't it?
I'm just trying to see that black thing behind it. Is it still there? Oh. Yes, it is. It is. It's 20 feet away from me. Less. Are you making any of it out, Tony? And there's that plant that looks like a harp. Look at it. But look. Is it? Oh. No, it's a bit further away, but it's still there. Look.
There.
Yeah? Got it. There is black things in here, no question. Look at it. Look at it.
Noise there as well, mate.
Yeah, got it.
That isn't there.
Oh, and there it goes again. Oh, look, and now it's white. Do you see it's completely white now?
Yeah.
There's no black at all. Are you getting that?
There.
There's no black at all now. That was pitch black, correct?
Yeah. No, it went.
Now it's all white again. How do you do that?
There's like a misty thing there as well.
There is, I know. Talk about this being in... But the black's gone.
Yeah, no, like a whitey mist.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that way.
Or should we not?
I think, do you know when you get drawn somewhere, you get drawn